Your character starts at point A and ends at point B. They're different at the end than they were at the beginning. That's called a character arc. It sounds simple enough, but if it were actually simple, most stories wouldn't have the problem they have, which is characters who change for no reason, characters who don't change at all, or characters who change in ways that the audience doesn't believe. In this video, I'll give you one simple rule that makes character arcs extremely easy to write, every single time. And once you understand it and see it in action, you'll never write a flat, unconvincing character arc again. The rule is this: a character arc is simply a lie being replaced by a truth. That's it. At the beginning of the story, your character believes something about the world, about themselves, or about other people that isn't fully true. This is their lie. It's the lens they see everything through. It shapes their decisions, their relationships, their fears. And over the course of the story, that lie gets tested, cracked, and eventually replaced by a truth they couldn't see at the beginning. The lie isn't something the character knows they believe. That's the most important thing to understand. The character doesn't walk around thinking, "I believe a lie about the world." They think their lie is the truth. It's their operating system. It's so deeply ingrained into who they are that they don't question it, the same way you don't question gravity. The character might believe that trusting people always leads to pain. They might believe they're only worth something if they're useful, or that strength is the only thing that matters and vulnerability is weakness, or that they don't deserve love because of something in their past. These aren't things they'd say to others. They're buried deep in their psychology, but they influence every single choice the character makes. The lie is powerful as a storytelling device because it creates conflict everywhere the character goes. Because the lie is wrong, it guarantees the character will make flawed decisions. They'll push people away who are trying to help and pursue a goal that won't actually give them what they need. They'll sacrifice real connections for an illusion of safety and avoid the very thing that would fix their life because the lie tells them it's dangerous. The lie is the engine that generates problems without you having to manufacture external obstacles out of thin air. Now, let's talk about what the truth is. The truth is what the character needs to learn by the end of the story. It's the corrected version of the lie. If the lie is that trusting people always leads to pain, the truth is that trusting the right people is what makes life worth living. If the lie is, "I'm only valuable when I'm useful," the truth is, "I matter regardless of what I can do for others." The truth doesn't have to be a happy realization. It doesn't have to make the character's life better or easier. In a tragedy, the character might discover that the lie was actually protecting them from something worse, or they might reject the truth entirely and be destroyed by the lie. That's a negative arc, and it's just as valid and powerful. But in a positive arc, the character moves from lie to truth, and that movement is the transformation the audience came to see. So how does a character arc actually unfold in practice? There are 4 stages, and every effective character arc moves through all of them. Stage 1, the lie is in control. At the beginning of the story, the lie is running the show completely. The character believes it completely. Their behavior is consistent with the lie. If they believe vulnerability is weakness, they're guarded, distant, and aggressive when someone gets too close. If they believe they have to be useful to matter, they're constantly working, taking on burdens that aren't theirs, refusing help. The audience sees the lie in action, even if they can't name it yet. They watch the character make choices and feel, instinctively, that something is off. Something about this person isn't quite right. They're too closed off, too reckless, too rigid. The audience senses the lie before the story names it. Stage 2. The lie gets tested. The plot puts the character in situations where the lie doesn't work. Situations specifically designed to press against the weak spots in their worldview. They can't solve the problem with the approach the lie would suggest. They meet a person who challenges their belief directly. They encounter evidence that their worldview isn't the whole picture. This is where the cracks start forming, and the character usually resists, hard, because the lie has been protecting them this whole time. It's a coping mechanism, a defense. Letting go of the lie feels genuinely dangerous, because it is. Accepting that you've been wrong about something fundamental about the world means rebuilding your entire identity from the ground up. So the character doubles down. They cling to the lie harder, and it starts costing them. This is where the best character drama lives. The tension between what the character believes and what the story is showing them creates scenes that practically write themselves. Every time the truth presses against the lie, the character has to choose, adapt or hold on. And watching them hold on, even as it hurts them and damages their relationships, is agonizing and gripping. Stage 3, the breaking point. Something happens that the lie can't survive. A loss so devastating it reshapes everything. A betrayal. A failure so bad that the old approach clearly doesn't work anymore. The character hits a wall. This is the moment where they either change or break. The breaking point should be the lowest moment in the story, the character's absolute rock bottom. The character has been fighting to maintain their lie for the entire story, and now they've lost everything because of it. They pushed away the person who mattered because the lie told them trust was dangerous. Burned out trying to be useful to everyone until they had nothing left. Relied on strength alone, and someone they loved paid the price. This is the moment of choice. And the choice has to come from inside the character. Nobody can force the arc. A mentor can't give a speech that fixes them overnight. A friend can't simply tell them the truth and have it land. The character has to reach the truth themselves, through their own pain and their own reflection. If someone else solves the arc for them, the audience won't buy it. Stage 4. The truth takes hold. The character acts on the new belief. They make a different choice than they would have at the beginning of the story. A completely different choice that proves the transformation is real. The choice should be visible, concrete, and costly. It should be something the character at the start of the story would never have done in a million years. If they believed vulnerability was weakness, the moment of truth is when they open up to someone, despite being terrified of what might happen. A character who believed they had to do everything alone, their moment of truth is asking for help. And if they believed they didn't deserve love, it's when they let someone in. And the important part is this: the audience has to feel the cost. The new belief isn't comfortable yet. It's scary and unfamiliar. Acting on the truth should require the character to do the hardest thing they've ever done, not the easiest. The arc isn't complete when the character understands the truth intellectually. It's complete when they act on it, despite every instinct telling them not to. Ask yourself, what lie does my character believe at the start of the story? Can I point to 3 scenes where the lie drives their behavior? What truth does the character need to learn? Is there a clear breaking point where the lie no longer works? Does the final choice demonstrate the truth through action, not just dialogue? Now this is where most writers go wrong. They write the arc backward. They figure out who the character should be at the end, and then try to reverse engineer the beginning. The problem is that the beginning often ends up feeling artificial and forced. The character acts stupid or stubborn for no reason other than the plot needs them to change later. The better approach is to make the lie feel true. At the beginning, the character's belief should make complete, logical sense given their history. If they don't trust people, we need to see why. If they believe strength is everything, the story should show us a world where that seems like a reasonable conclusion. The lie should feel like the smartest adaptation the character could make given what they've been through. It should feel like survival, not stupidity. That way, when the truth challenges it, the audience understands why the character resists. They're not being stupid or unreasonable. They're being human, protecting themselves the only way they know how. Another common pitfall. Some writers make the lie so extreme and obvious that it turns the character into a caricature. A character whose lie is, trust no one, shouldn't be snarling at every person they meet from page 1. That doesn't look like a belief-driving behavior. That's not a lie-driving behavior. That's a cartoon. The lie should produce behavior that looks almost reasonable and even rational on the surface. The character might seem fine, capable, even likable, but the audience slowly realizes that something underneath every decision is slightly off. That subtlety is what makes the arc feel real and earned when it finally breaks open. One more thing. Not every character needs a full arc. Side characters can have flat arcs where they already know the truth and they challenge the protagonist's lie by example. Other characters can have negative arcs where they discover the truth but reject it out of fear, or where the lie consumes them entirely. The lie-to-truth structure isn't a formula that applies to every single character in your cast. It's a tool for your protagonist and any character who needs to meaningfully transform over the course of the story. Flat arcs are especially useful for supporting characters who serve as mirrors. If your protagonist believes they have to earn love through constant sacrifice, a flat arc character who gives love freely and unconditionally becomes a constant challenge to the lie. They don't need their own transformation to be valuable. Their stability is what disrupts the protagonist's instability. That contrast naturally does the work. In conclusion, the rule is, a character arc is a lie being replaced by a truth. The lie controls the character at the start. The plot tests the lie until it cracks. A breaking point forces a choice, and the character acts on the truth at the cost of everything the lie was protecting. This pattern exists across all fictional mediums. The specifics always change, but the underlying structure is always the same. Get the lie right, and the character arc practically writes itself. If this video helped you, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Also, if you want to get started writing your first one-shot manga, head over to mangascript.com to download the one-shot guide. It's a page-by-page breakdown of 3 high-quality manga one-shots, and it makes it 10 times easier to write your own script. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. It's a great place to share your work and connect with fellow creators. Thanks for watching.